Good morning, everybody. What's up? All right. So, yeah, Arsenal hasn't been around lately. We unofficially sort of migrated the stream a little bit later, starting here because it always seems like anyway. It's not an ideal time, but it seems like we have more viewers toward the later end of the stream. So it doesn't really matter if we start. We start at 12:30. It seemed like I had more viewers toward the later end of the mid afternoon than in the morning. So we gravitated away from morning streams a long time ago. But anyway, 12:30, 12 o'clock, whatever. I got a short stream today. It's only like 2 hours, 2.5 hours, between 2 and 2.5 hours on Fridays. So we're taking challenges 5 plus 5. 5 plus 5. Welcome, guys. What's up? What's up, Arsenal fan? And Asterbate, thanks for the pep talk. Been a little depressed. Not really a good scene. Being depressed. To be depressed like 9 days before we go to, it's cold. I don't want to go outside. I haven't left my room since the election, or the house anyway. So I try to motivate myself somehow for World Senior in 9 days. I did play some casual games last night and I couldn't sleep. A bit of study before going will help your well-being. Motivation is like my biggest problem. It may be somewhat physical. I feel very well. The weather doesn't help. I'm more active in the summer and it's cold and you don't want to go outside. It's started to be cold here, so all right. Anyway, waking up. I'm just waking up. I've been up for an hour, but mentally not really prepared here to get started. Let's go, Arsenal fan. 5 plus 5. Rapid is 7 plus 5 technically. All right. Correct time control. I've been playing a lot of d4, but let's play knight f3. Let's a lot of e4. Let's play knight f3. Get my brain in a different place. I think I've been really pounding the e4s. I've been really pounding the e4s to try to force myself to learn to be a proper e4 player. It's always been my weakest. Been the weakest side of my white play. So forcing myself to do that, but it's been a little bit too much practically lately. So this Grunfeld is depressing. I have no idea how to get an edge in the I have no idea how to get an edge. Here, d3 might be a inferior but interesting alternative to the normal. Anyway, my move order is bad. If I play d4, he has knight e4. It's not an ideal move order for white to enter a Fianchetto or Grunfeld. The line with d4, knight e4. So here, I'm basically black with an extra move and a Sicilian of some sort. What do we want to do? We don't have any tangible advantage, but it's a blitz game, so I guess the focus should be on middle game and in blitz chess. Not so much focus on the openings. We can't play perfectly. You have to be practical. Motivation is a struggle. I don't know. Lately, I don't know if it's chemical or just mental. That's the thing. I feel. Is it just getting older? And you don't know like what your problem is. What's my problem? I'm just getting older. I'm depressed because of things in the world. Is it that I have biochemical deficiency or something? Why am I? kind of depressed, you know, because I live in Hungary. Serious question. All right. It's hard to live in Hungary and not be depressed. Like, the entire country is depressed. Americans think they have it bad, voted for Donald Trump, but honestly, it's way worse here. There are some advantages, though. Less gun-toting people. In exchange for your misery, you're less likely to get gunned down on the street. Anyway. So this C5, we see Arsenal fan engaging in his, play similar to last night, where you, we could argue you tended to overextend yourself there. Knight H5. Off to the side. It's kind of like what we talked about with, what was that other move you played? Decentralizing move. Knight E7. Knight E7 is a decentralizing move. Knight H5 is a decentralizing move. Early on. The question is, yeah. Now I don't know. Is this good? And who is it good for? If I play Knight E4 or Knight D5, Knight D5 is like a self pin. This was the plan, but I don't know how good it is, objectively. I have a feeling like I probably fucked this up. This is all a big scam. See, I'm being negative already. Knight E4 is the other obvious move. Is black overextended, or does he have a space advantage? I'll just keep asking questions so you freeze in deep thought and lose on time. Right. I expected that, and now we have to take drastic action. Drastic measures are called for. An Arsenal fan has, an unexpected move. Knight back. He's re-centralizing. He's redirecting. It's Aikido. Oh man, we could sack the exchange. My son is sick again, supposedly. Didn't go to school. I don't want to get sick again. I was sick for 3.5 weeks. Alright, so I expected bishop b6, but you didn't want to give me the b7 pawn. So this way, what do we do? You're still threatening bishop b6 in some cases. Alright. I gotta move. We gotta move. Feels like black's a little overextended. But again, that's all I got. All I got is this lame knight e1. This is not the square I really wanted to go to. I want to do some sort of exchange sack and play knight takes e5, but it leaves my knight on d5 hanging. Damn, maybe I could have done it. Nah. Yeah, knight takes f6 check, queen takes f6, and then sack the exchange with rook takes c6. No, then e5 is protected. Damn. Well, I'm black and you're white, but you got to be careful not to be overextended. Apparently bishop e6 doesn't work. It's like an accelerated dragon, basically. Okay. Alright. Oh, your favorite move. Mr. 97. He loves a good 87. Hmm? Yeah, but you're still overextended. How about my bishop? Yeah, where's my knight going? How about my knight? It's kind of lame. Yeah, it's not real convincing. Hard to argue that I'm necessarily better. I definitely have less space with that d4 pawn. Oh no, it's not protected. Hello? Alright, that's gonna be an issue. I'm gonna have to take that. Then we go with the big Forkington. Yeah, this we got lucky. He hung a pawn. But I think the position was unclear, you know. Tough to play. I think harder to play the position with a space because you have to consolidate that space and it's a lot of work. My position is more compact. Structure looks like he watches Kamsky. That's better than the structure looks like Kamsky. But that's not very nice. I tell you. Look at that trick he did. I love that move. That's awesome. Tactical resource from Arsenal fan. Oh no. The hidden point behind b4. I'm defending the rook on c1. Alright. Arsenal's still rusty. Let's see the opening. How bad is this for white? Objectively, it's nothing. But look at the score here. Look at that little sample size. So, coincidence? D3 scores better than D4. Well, if D4 is nothing, you know, then D3 can't be that bad. Well, it almost makes you wonder. Yeah. All right. It's correct. Wow, bishop f4 has a great score. What other move am I going to play? So white has won almost every game in this position. Look at this. This is stupid. Black's objectively fine, and white is like, look at that. White is 8 out of 9. No, 8.5 out of 9 in this position at the master level. That's really whacked. With Arsenal fans' loss, black is now a half out of 10. No, I don't think that knight h5 is good. It's too decentralizing. Most people played d4 right away, but didn't do well. Can you play something like h6? So knight h5 isn't bad, it turns out. It's the second best move. Wow. But you're supposed to play, so d4 is critical right away. Although black has scored badly here. In any case, knight h5 isn't that bad. But it's not, you know, it's not enough. d4 is the only move that gives you an advantage, apparently. Interesting. There's one game with h6. Samuel Herman against Edmar John. 1972. Good year. Sammy was 2565 the year I was born. That's not a bad rating. No? 1972? Taking down Edmar. Samuel Herman. Samuel Herman Munster. Yeah, but Sammy wanted to win, so he played rook c1. Alright, anyway, it was interesting. Interesting. So what happened in the game? e5. You're overextended. But here, I'm supposed to play knight e4. So how bad is knight d5? See, I expected h6. You played that. And now, what did we miss? Oh, you should play bishop e6. Wow. Well, I was going to play knight e1 anyway. So basically the same thing you did. Rook b8 or rook c8. You should have just gone with the natural move. I also kind of hallucinated I could take on b7. If you had that hallucination, I did. What do I have after knight f6? Bishop e1. Wow, that's a cool idea. Knight f6, queen f6, bishop e1 with the idea of knight d2. Yeah, bishop e6, natural move. I have to play knight e1. Then you move your rook. And now you're just white and I'm black in a kind of cramped position for me. My knight is awkward and has to crawl out here later on. Yeah, black's a tiny bit better. A little bit better. Alright. Not a perfect game, but interesting. Thanks, man, for the game. Asterbait, you're up next. Make Asterbait play on a real board. We have to buy a DGT board for Asterbait. Damn. Asterbait, seriously, we should get you a DGT board. Reshevsky was 62? What? What are you talking about? Don't tell me Reshevsky was 62 in 1972. What are you talking about, Asterbait? Is that what you're talking about? Born in 1911. Wow. Okay, so he was like 61. He was 61 in 1972. He was like 80 when well, let's say I used to like look at the advertisements in Chess Life where Reshevsky advertised lessons in the late 80s. You could take lessons with Reshevsky in New York. I always like kind of fantasized about that. I was like 15 in say 1987. If I took lessons with Reshevsky, he would have been like 70, 76 or something. He was like in his late 70s. That's cool. Alright, Miro is here. Nice. I was thinking about where did you go? You've been counting ballots in Alaska. Yeah, yesterday I was playing some offhand games and it occurred to me that e5 is a better move than c5. It really is. It's a better move. It's the best move. Fischer was so big on best by test and all that stuff. It almost makes you wonder. But as far as trying to win, you know, c5 I guess is better. Yeah, he was strong. I think he might have played in the New Jersey Open, where I'm trying to remember. He might have played in a tournament where I played in my first tournament in 1985. I think like there were all these like old grandmasters. Bizgeier, Leonid Shamkovich, and maybe Reshevsky and Benko were there. 1985 New Jersey Open. Arsenal, you asked about c3, and I was thinking about it last night. Gives black less less options, right? Now Miro's not going to play the quiet stuff here. But if Reshevsky played in that tournament, it was the only tournament I would have ever played in with him. He basically retired from playing around 1985. What an amazing player, you know, even if he was considered to be kind of not a nice guy. Like Fedorowicz, Fedorowicz always says like he disliked Reshevsky and he was kind of nasty or whatever. But Fed is difficult to deal with too, you know. And he was probably like a long-haired punk. But John always talks about playing Reshevsky. Still, it's like Korchnoi. I mean, Korchnoi was a nasty human being, but what an amazing opportunity to get to play a legend like that. Reshevsky's career, and as a prodigy, just expansive. He was extremely strong at one point, you know. Another player who, though, I guess, if you think about it, probably strongly affected by world events like world wars and stuff. World wars, Cold War. Who knows? You know, I don't think Reshevsky was ever quite world championship caliber, but definitely a top 10 player in the world. Probably even better than that. I don't know what his max was. Okay, so here we go with this. I hate this. I don't know why no one ever plays Bishop G4. I was looking at this with Stockfish like last week, and like it's really strange. Like I think, is it Bishop G4 or maybe the move before? And maybe it's the move before. Maybe I'm getting confused. Okay, this is probably normal, but it turns out like Bishop G4 right away maybe an interesting move. All right, what is this? What does it matter if you do H3 at this point? Are we still in book? Does anyone understand what's happening here? What's up with night before? I forget. But Miro has this like memorized. I can't remember the last time I played this. It must have been months ago. I don't remember anything. You studied... Wait, Geary doesn't promote this. Like, who plays this stuff with white? What is he supposed to do here? Move the queen again. Okay, that looks familiar. My pawn is hanging. What are you trying to tell me? So white has the battle for the center. Yeah, no, he knows what he's doing. He's studied this in like courses and stuff. I know that's what I'm doing that Miro does. I just have my fundamental sense of chess principles to guide me. But seriously, is it like Bishop D3 here? Can you do that? Is that bad? It's not one of those bishop d3 positions, is it? Repunj Bansal, before I banned it from the stream permanently for his last shenanigans, had been playing this line for a while. Alright. If anyone's been banned more than Arsenal fan, and no, Bob is the record holder by far, but just kidding. I like teasing Arsenal. I'm sorry, Arsenal. It's a it's because we love you. Chess Metrics, Samarashevsky, 2776. By today's standards, in the heart of the Cold War, 1952 to 54. Well, I don't agree with the rating approximation. Well, I guess maybe, like, ratings have been so inflated. I don't know. Okay. I could see, like, Reshevsky, yeah, okay. By today's standards, he might have been 2750. But it's so ridiculous. Anyway, people ask us all, you can't compare. It's kind of impossible. I recommend The Art of Positional Play, though. If anybody doesn't have that book, it's one of my top 10. Favorite books of all time. You know, once in a while people will ask you, like, what's your favorite chess? What books do you recommend? You know, and there's so many books being cranked out by modern chess authors. But objectively, you know, the classics are my favorite. What great games in that book. Oh no. Welcome to Rustyville. Wait a minute. You're still on page 2? Good job, Asterby. You're a man who's devoted to his study. You've made serious progress. Forget about pages, man. Just study the games. Play through the games. It's not, you know, like a textbook that you read in high school. It's a book that contains games. And you study the games. Forget about pages. Acerbate. Pick a game. You can open the book up anywhere and pick a game and analyze it. Put it in a study on lichess. Forget about this page thing. You don't have to start from the beginning. I never did that with chess books. That's boring. Pick up a good chess book, open it up to any page, and then start studying a random part of it. Make it fun, you know. We got a great position here. I don't know what happened. This whole knight f5, knight takes e3 thing is good for black. How good, though? What if white doesn't panic here? Options are limited. Mm-hmm. Again, options pretty limited. I like my symmetrical. They're like knobs. Turn the knob. Tint. Which one is tint and which one is... What's the other one? On the old TVs? I always forget the other one. Horizontal, vertical. No. Tint and Alright, dude. Grobbingly good. No, old TV knobs. What was it? Tint? What was the other one? Has to be. You should know. Horizontal and vertical. Man, I'm really, I have dementia. Serious now. This is coming down to a blitz game now. Black is better, but he's hanging on to control of e5. Ooh, oh my god. What did I just say? Hanging on control of e5. Jesus. So much for hanging on to control of e5. But he puts his faith in another concept. His own ability to maybe play for white squares, but there's not much here. This is going south. This is not good for white. I don't know if this is the best though. Letting it close up. Hey, Asterbate. How you doing, buddy? Tell us your favorite square. The man sees everything. Oh no. Oh no. The f2 square. Look out. I'm threatening rook f2. Earth. Yeah. Well, at least you didn't lose any. Oh, you did lose a pawn. You lost a little material. Material's not so important. What went wrong here? Something drastically went wrong for white. G3 was his point. But that was what he was planning. The Astermate. The Unstoppable. Astermate the Unstoppable. Rematch. Alright, see what went wrong in the opening. Alright, I know what I'm doing only to some extent here. And then, now, this choice of bishop e3, technically, knight c3 seems to be the most popular. I don't know, it might make a difference. But there's something I wanted to check, right? Okay, bishop g4 immediately. This is interesting here. I noticed this like last week. Nobody plays bishop g4. Nobody. There's 138 games. It may just be a simple transposition, but there's nothing wrong with the move, you know? It's weird. Alright, castles. So technically, if you played like h3, it's apparently too slow. Alright. Knight c3, bishop g4, h3, bishop h5, queen c2, bishop g6. Little did I know or remember that we're following the main line. Queen b3, knight e7. Oh, this is all main line. Castles. And now, damn, it's all main line. So yeah, you're supposed to play bishop d3. You didn't remember that? Even I remembered that. That looked familiar. That's the point. Bishop d3. Hey, it's the battle of the player with more dementia. We had this once before. With somebody. Oh no. Zen Chess and Hey It's Mira 2 years ago. Come on. Zen Chess first and then the game with you. And you beat me of all things. My knight d2 isn't the best move. I'm supposed to play knight f5. Alright. Anyway, that's what's supposed to happen. So bishop e2 is a mistake. Now knight f5. Now black is better. And this is a bigger mistake. And now I'm really better. So Slaji played like a perfect game. I'm cheating. I made an inaccuracy at one point. Damn. Well, that bodes well for the tournament. I knew bishop d3 was familiar. Okay, we've got another challenge from Asterbait. Nice. All right, Asterbait. Asterbot. Acerbot. Guys, 9 days. If you can afford to make a donation, we've got nine days. It says 7 days on the donor thing, but I don't technically leave. Is that right? Okay, 8 days. 8 days. The tournament actually starts in 9 days, so I have 8 days now. Basically, our last stream will be a week from today, so that's 7 days. Our last stream before the tournament. You know, I was thinking what's weird? Something weird, actually, yesterday. The lichess Opening Explorer only goes to 25 moves, right? Is that right? Or does it go deeper? It just can't reference the games. Like, games are only... In the Opening Explorer, games only go up to 25 moves. I mean, there's some theoretical lines that go way beyond 20, even beyond 25 moves. That seems kind of arbitrary, huh? Alright, Asterbait, you're up, man. Let's play. Zen chess. Oh no. Froze. He froze. Alright, G6. Accelerated Dragon is pretty annoying. Now I can't play the Marazzi. If I wanted to play the Marazzi, I would have to play d4. That's objectively the best, the best thing to do against Accelerated Dragon. Now, it's very hard. I have to play d4. But as someone on sound has showed, not easy to get an edge against the well-prepared Accelerated Dragon players. Welcome to the chat room. Is anybody out there besides the regulars? Alright, Asterbait, remember, don't play d6 too early. Can I play knight b3 here? With some d5 crap. We go to a classical dragon. Not dangerous subjectively. Speaking of Vyshevsky, Sammy would sometimes play the dragon. Fischer Vyshevsky, famous game with bishop takes f7 check and the trap. Now it's okay to play d6, Asterbait. Oh no. He goes for it with the pawn. Emery Tate style pawn sack. This is new to you. But knight b4 might be better, no? Because you put pressure on c2 and d5, Asterbait. Not just better, it's like forced. I think knight b4 is forced. It might even be a real move, I don't know. But this leaves you... I mean, it appears to leave you kind of like a clear pawn down. There is knight g4 and the e6. How strong are those moves? Screw it. Bishop g4. If knight b4 castles, yeah. Well, I have knight d4 sometimes. Bishop g4 isn't right. Your other piece to g4. This doesn't look good. I'll check it after the game. I mean, it's possible that d5 it seems crazy, but it's possible it's a legit move. Now he really lost his mind. Okay, I accept. An offer you can't refuse. Redundant knights. See, I'm not greedy. What kind of nutcase would take the pawn on a7? You're up a piece. You'd have to be stupid to do that. See how Asterbate playing, as usual, just fully on intuition. He plays tactics on intuition. I guess I should castle queenside at this point. My king is probably safer on that side. 3 pawns worth of protection. Okay, this is easy. Easy peasy. Please don't trade. I forced Asterbate to play, by the way, against his will here. He normally doesn't like to play in the morning streams. Since I don't have enough viewers, I have to start like incorporating the North Korean, army. Into the ranks of Mordor. Whoa, check him out. He played rook takes c3. Now that's a bit much. You're down a full rook now. Full rook. It's fully sound. Pretty late. It's pretty late there, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Early, not late. Early is on time is late, and late is inexcusable. Yeah, we forced him to play, but he doesn't like to play at this time. I mean, I know it's 9 hours, it's Pacific time. It's 2 a.m. That makes it late, not early. Okay. It's 2 a.m. Not too bad. Alright, let's see if this is a real thing. First of all, knight b3 is not a bad move order. Yeah, if you want to play the classical, this is probably the way to go. But a5 is an independent possibility that would be something I would be like slightly concerned about. Apparently it's not that good. All right. And now, so the psychopathic d5 has been played in 2 games. it's been played in 2 games. Black actually managed to win one of them. But now, as we expected, yeah, the compensation, it looks like it's real. Wow. Look at this. You know, when you first turn on the engine, B8 is an interesting move. When you first turn on the engine, it's like +1. What do you mean +1? Why does it say +1? It's like immediately 0.4. This is playable. This is playable. E takes D5, and then Emery. Yeah, and white only has one move, bishop F3. Thing is, your bishop F5 walks directly into knight D4. Are you taking the pawn back, or what's happening there? Why doesn't knight D4 work? Is my D5 hanging? Rook C1 is possible. So Asterbait, you know, this is interesting. This is a playable gambit you've invented here. You have to go back to C8. That's kind of embarrassing. Hold on a second, guys. Sorry guys, I got a repairman here. We'll be right back. Back in a sec. But Asterbait, this is a really playable pawn sacrifice. Sorry guys for the distraction here. We'll be right back. Be right back. Forgot to turn on the be right back. Sorry guys, a heating radiator and heating repairman came to my apartment. Yeah, this is a cool idea. So, shocking though that there's actually no games where this has been played. It's incredibly forcing. D5, I have to take. You have to play knight b4. There's this move, which is similar to the famous game Aliakin Botvinnik giving the pawn back. And interestingly here, there's a game from 1995 where Black didn't even find one of the top 3 moves, apparently. According to the engine, Black played the ultra lame Queen takes d6, 2200 player. And Asterbate would easily play like superior bishop f5. So d6 is just weak. We have to play bishop f3. And now, in another game, Black played queen c7. This is totally stupid. So clearly bishop f5. And if knight d4, you just go back. Now white could force a draw. That's one downside of this. Basically could force a draw. But to play for a win is tricky. If I go here, you go back to f5 and then maybe like rook c1. And now e5. This is fantastically interesting. Alright, Asterbate. Nice invention. But in the game, after you play this pawn sacrifice, you cannot go to e5. This poses like no pressure. Puts no pressure on my position. After that, you're lost. I thought maybe knight to g4, but it's still not enough. Not even close. Alright, guys. I got another hour to spend with everybody here. So, if we have more challenges, they're welcome. I really have to, I have to get back to streaming like Monday, Wednesday, or Monday and Fridays at least, because people have forgotten that I stream. We're going to have busy next couple months because I'm going to the World Senior in a week, and then I'm probably going to go to Prague in December for some stuff. And so really until the New Year's, I'm not going to be able to really reestablish the stream. But I think as a New Year's sort of resolution, C2 was the target estimate, absolutely. For a New Year's resolution, we're going to refurbish. Alright, everybody's welcome to challenge me 5 plus 5. Let's do a puzzle. White to move and win. Bishop takes h7 check. That seems kind of lame, but it might not be anything else. There might not be anything else. Huh. Weird. What else could there possibly be? What other move here other than bishop takes h7? After bishop h7, king h7, queen takes d5, queen d5, rook d5. White is clearly better, but not necessarily winning. So I really don't get it. There must be something tricky here. Bishop takes h7 check. No, c4. c4 doesn't look great. There's interesting moves like bishop e5, bishop e4, bishop f5. There are interesting moves. The one thing is there's no obvious way to get a discovery against this queen on d8. You know, I want to get some kind of discovery on the queen, but there's nothing there. This bishop is so lame. The g3 bishop is just, it's a freaking piece of wood. I mean, it just does nothing. It protects the pawn on e5. It's a pawn. It's just a pawn. It doesn't play in an attack here. What else could we possibly use for a solution? Bishop e5. He moves the knight. So what? If I play bishop e5 or bishop e4, black moves the knight. And what? You know, bishop e4 for example, knight d e7, and black is trading queens if we don't move the queen. If we do move the queen, so what? We're not like winning immediately. I don't know. I got a message here. The master is online. Oh, you sent a message to the team. The master is online. All right, Arsenal fan rematch. c4, knight b6, bishop h7, and queen g2. Yeah, I couldn't see anything clear. Of course. That's a reasonable suggestion. All right, now Arsenal gets a chance at revenge with the white pieces. I think that e5 is black's best move, but we must be. The Ricky Rouser. We haven't had a Ricky Rouser in a long time. How can I prevent the Ricky Rouser? The Rickety Rouser. Alright. I'm experimenting with the Kuprejcik. Okay. A logical move, certainly. So now, e5, knight f5 is pretty nasty. Yeah, I would think this move would pretty much cut out e5. Black's looking for transpositions to the dragon. Do I have anything better than transposing to dragon or rouser? What independent moves does black have? e6, no independent move there really. That's probably nothing. Knight c6 transposes to Sozin. e5 doesn't look good, but let's just make sure. Yeah, I don't think so. Wow, Bangtown's back with more gift subs. 5 more gift subs. That's 15 this week. To Vertic Carlin, Bilbup, who followed, John Capone, Baradona, and Omnifidus. Omnifidus. Thank you, Bangtown. I don't know, without you, we'd have no support this week. Sometimes you gotta carry the weight, but man, Bangtown gifting 15 gift subs this week. Amazing. Thank you so much for that. Now this can transpose. This could transpose to a Najdorf-like position. I got another challenge. Nefedov is here. See, that's the advantage of starting late. Whenever you're late, there's a better chance that Nefedov will make it to the stream. What do? They started 4-day work weeks in the UK, Nefedov, or what? Wow, G4. Why not? We can't ignore G4. What does that mean? Well, it means what it means. I might have to play h6. I probably have to play h6. I mean, I don't know what else. I can't just have my knight, and my knight doesn't have d7. There's Velimirovich-like stuff here. It's basically a Velimirovich attack transposition of sorts. Without h6, I don't imagine what I could do. Pretty much forced. But h6 is just a stopgap, It's not a whole plan, You know, this is a temporary slowing down of white's attack. Well, that ultimately weakens my position slightly. Kiri's attack. Well, it's not really, we don't really call it a Kiri's attack when white plays bishop c4. That's something else. The bishop is usually on f1 in a Kiri's attack. This is a Velimirovich. So zen. Okay, rook g1, and now he's ready to play h4. Let's say h4, and so, all right. Extreme measures. I'm willing to take extreme measures with g5. Otherwise, I might get blown away. Feels like I might get blown away. I'm not castling kingside, in case you didn't figure it out yet. I'm either, you know, hanging out in the center or castling queenside. Maybe like 2% of the time I'll still castle kingside here after playing g5. But I'm not really planning on it. Now, Arsenal fan with rook g1 kind of induces me to play g5, because if he had played h4, he could have prevented that. Now, obviously this game feels like very similar to a Najdorf. But that's, oh my god. This was unexpected. When encountering unexpected moves, pick oneself up out of the chair. Let's see, knight takes b3, a takes b3, pawn takes. Alright. Unfortunately, I'd love to put my bishop on the long diagonal. I think I have to take this. And now, knight takes b3 feels like it gives him play. I was thinking maybe queen b8, but that drops my knight, so we'll have to preempt this with a move. Knight takes b3. Or bishop e7. The thing is, if I take on b3, it opens up his rook on the a file, which is kind of favorable for white. Secondly, alright. Now it's a different story. I'm more inclined to take on b3. I was thinking queen b8. Just because his queen is so well placed on e5. That it's, I mean, it's so powerfully placed there. Plus I eye this pawn. True, this is not so great. This is not necessarily so great for me, but we will make do with what we've got. For example, f4. Queen takes e5, pawn takes e5. That looks pretty good for white. If f4, maybe I could try something else. Take, and then, yeah, queen takes e5, pawn e5, knight e4. Arsenal, I'm seeing a little bit of a tendency to overextend himself. I think Arsenal hasn't been playing. Dang, cheers for the gifted bang. Cheers for the gifted bang. Bang is gifted. Gifted, the gifted sub. Bill up. Bill Bup. Bill Bup. Whatever happened to Bill? Remember? He used to play in the stream sometimes. He just, like, isn't here anymore. Bill Bup. Okay, queen e5, pawn e5, knight e4. I can take on b3, but it's kind of lame. Anyway, your bishop is sort of dead. Okay, now we can go back after that. f7 is a bit weak, but so is e5. Bill Bob. What happened to Bill Bob? Bilbo. Who's better? Difficult to evaluate. The pawn in e5 gives white a space advantage, but it's also in itself totally unprotected. Could potentially become a weakness. At the moment, not. I have h5 break. I would think, like, in general, trading queens when you're black in the Sicilian is usually a good thing. I could have played bishop e8 there. I want to keep this h5. I can also, pull the knight back and go after his bishop at some point. Although I think the bishop's overrated. Now definitely h5, or he's going to double. Well, whatever. I have bishop e8. Bishop e8 is going to be fun for me. Not really sure. E4, g4. g4? Wow. Wow. Okay. g4. g4, knight f4. Sorry, rook f4. g4, rook f4. Knight c5. Alright, the pawn's not going anywhere. The h5 pawn's not going anywhere momentarily. But Arsenal is still terrorizing my f7 pawn. Right. Bishop e8 is in play. Crazy, huh? Clinging. I'm clinging to hope of... Damn it, I should have taken that bishop first, but alright. Yeah, I don't want to do that yet. Rook takes. If I have to do this, it sucks. Bishop e2, rook takes h5. He's managed to stay coordinated. Oh no. Rook c3, are you serious? Tactical slugfest. How's my king doing? You gonna skewer me? Mm-hmm. You are trying that. That's not very nice. Brah. Oh no. Oh no. I thought that was protected. Damn. Oh my god. Ooh, fuck. Wow. He's an absolute psychopath. Jesus Christ, dude. Wow. Wow, where did that come from? Where did the psychopathic tactical genius come from? Oh, unbelievable, dude. And I thought you were rusty? What? That's something else. Wow. Psychopathic tactical genius, fearless using no time. And amazing calculation. No dropping any pieces, no blunders. Wow. And all the moves, like, just wow. How accurate was that? He was totally lost, but his play in Blitz is unbelievable. This is overall like an unbelievable game by White. And at this point, I was lost earlier. What the hell am I supposed to do after Rook C3? Well, I'm not lost, but I was lost at one moment here. King A7 was a blunder. Where the hell do you expect me to put? I have Bishop D6. Okay. I really didn't think I was in that much danger, you know. But B4? You have a winning move here? What the hell is it? Apparently you have a winning move in this position. What winning move? Wow, knight B3. That's hard to find. Damn, dude. What a game. I thought you should play H4, not Rook G1. H4 is better, preventing G5. You made impulsive decisions like E5. You remind me of move 11. Everything was fine, but once I got in time pressure, you're just too good in the fast play. He's just too strong in the fast play. Bishop G1. What an amazing move to find, you know. Everybody's expecting some kind of discovery on my rook on H5. An Arsenal fan plays Bishop G1 here. Yeah, I mean, of course, this is unbelievable. Another perfect move. I mean, how do you expect me to find perfect defenses here? It's not easy. I'm supposed to play B4. Damn. I saw this. And then H3, another subtle, quiet move. You keep finding like these subtle, quiet moves that are best. And I missed Bishop D6. I have to play Bishop D6 and it's equal. And now I'm lost, apparently. But the winning move is almost impossible to find. You didn't find it. You played B4. B4 is actually another impulsive but natural mistake. And now I lost ascending because this pawn is scary and I had no time. How do I blockade that pawn? Plus, in addition to blockading the pawn, I have to worry about this diagonal. And his bishops are supporting the pawn. Bishop G5 was right. He moves his king. Not to B1. Everyone expected B1. But not Arsenal fan. He won the game because he put his king on B2. After king B1, You had rook b3 there. I thought he's going to take a draw, but he goes to b3, and he's like playing for a win here. I mean, objectively, the position is equal. But somehow, and I don't know how this happened, he suddenly has like 43 seconds, and I have 17. Like, the tougher the position gets, the faster you play. I see this a lot. I'm using more time, he's using less, as the game gets more and more tense. And suddenly I have like 12 seconds to his 43. Apparently you had c6, unbelievable move there. What? c6? Wow. That's totally crazy. Blocking the defense of my rook. I didn't see how this works. I thought you could just take the pawn. What? Rook takes, king takes. And you're dropping the rook. Oh my god. Okay, it was a catastrophe, but your speed is impressive. I know Arsenal plays a lot of bullet chess, and I don't approve of it, but it definitely has an advantage in this Zeitnot or whatever. Alright, good game, sort of. My first loss in a while on the stream. So, Nefedov out for blood. Wasn't enough that, like, we lost the presidential election. I lost to Arsenal today. I'm just kidding, man. No, good game. That was fun. It was a good game. To an extent. But I gotta play more Blitz. I mean, a 5-second increment, I should hold that. I'm sort of panicking and foggy-headed. I mean, 5 seconds is enough time. I'm just like a retard. Nefedov. Anti-Nefedov. You can't play e4 every game. Just a quiet positional game. His openings are really well, they're very like narrow. It's hard to get him out of his, well-known positions. Even though it's another one of these people, and I mentioned this before, Nefedov doesn't play the Caro Khan, but how the heck can he play the black side of the Panov if he doesn't play the Caro Khan? I just don't understand. How about this? Loses a pawn. Bishop b5 check, knight c3, knight takes c3 takes. Can't play that. Nefedov is now playing the white side of the Tarash. Bishop g4 is best. Aha, bishop c4. Yeah, I'm thinking. It's too much, dude. I just have to play quickly. This thinking business. The thinking business is totally overrated. Knight bishop f5 is strange. It's a little strange. That's not a normal move. Nefedov was he's a weird player. I can't. After 500 games with the guy, I can't figure him out. Hard to figure him out. Almost 500 games. We have my screen is frozen. Don't know why. There. God, I hate Windows. My taskbar is frozen. $400. No, 398 games. Oh my God! All right. This doesn't seem right. It doesn't seem right to play this. Yes, Arsenal fan, maybe knight h4 is an interesting idea, but not right away. That's possible, but I think more interesting would be to do something where I let him play knight b4 and then I go knight h4. This is really bizarre. Nevedov played a really nasty home. I mean, I don't know what that pawn sack was he played against me in the Steinitz last time he beat me. It was really strange. I assumed it was home prep or a known variation. It turned out he just invented it over the board. Caught me in like a one-move trap, and I resigned. Let's try our own positional pawn sacrifice now. Knight f7, king f7, queen f4. That's a bit much, but I like white's game here. Come on, Nevedov. Yeah, queen f1, queen f4. Yeah, queen g4. Queen g4. It was queen g4. It was like, where did that come from? That's like never been played. He just invented it. I thought, oh no. I walked into a known trap. Turns out there was no games with it. Maybe some random games on lichess. It wasn't necessarily great for him, but it was tricky, you know, and shocking that no one had played it before. And he finds it in like a pretty fast time situation. Bishop e6 now. I need more killer instinct. God. Speaking of queen f4. Not here. Not today. You have tremendous compensation. I can't believe how risky his play is. It's like he's totally fearless. Leaving his king in the center. I just don't have anything, you know? Rook e1 a dead end? Of course not. It's probably a better move. I'm just not concentrating well. To be fair, Arsenal, it's just a better move, most likely. Neftov's readings, it's gone up. He's 21. Been 21 plus for a while. He wasn't that high. He's gotten better, I think. Yeah, I got just nothing clear here. Lucky if I get my pawn back, and then, you know, he's played a perfect game using no time, as usual. White can only equalize. It's irritating how well his position holds together. I know. And he's totally not afraid, doesn't use any time. He'd leave his king in the center till move 17. Not a word. You know. In an opening, there's no theory on bishop f5. He's totally making it up. He thinks it's the Slav defense. People don't play bishop f5 in the Panov. You didn't get that from watching Gadakamsky on his stream. So don't pretend that you did. It's irritating how fast he's able to play, fearlessly with no mistakes, leaving his king in the middle of the board. I agree. And I'm gonna get back rank mated now. It's unbelievable, dude. Does he play bullet chess too? Neftof plays bullet chess? Oh, I didn't know. Let's see. How much bullet chess he plays. Bullet, 723 games. He's playing all 3+2. How can you be so much faster than me? And not make any mistakes? His rating is what? Like 1800? He's 1800. Watch this game. You telling me this isn't impressive? 0 inaccuracies, 0 mistakes, 0 blunders, 10 cent upon loss. He's 1800 FIDE. Are you kidding me? That's suspicious. There's like 8 games where this has ever been played. So, Nefedov instantaneously improves on Van Forest. Who played knight b4 here. When I'm supposed to find queen h5, like 0 chance of that. Now again, perfect move. Now again. This is third best, according to the engine. And an innovative pawn sacrifice by me. A practical try. Yeah, I don't like rook d1 either. Your suggestion of rook e1 is interesting. but apparently it's no better. Yeah, Arsenal, I agree. Like that's a nice try. But I mean, the fearlessness of Nefedov is unbelievable. You know, you're 1800. You don't make any mistakes. You're totally unfazed. In a blitz game, you're fearless. You draw me easily. You know, being 500 points lower rated. Wow. Suspicious. Rook d1 was actually better. And then he finds the best move, bishop e6. Still leaving his king in the center after 14 moves without any fear. Unbelievable. Suspicious. I'm lucky I can draw. Here he played bishop g5. Maybe his worst move of the game. It's still not bad. Computer likes g5. Or knight b4. Very ambitious. Here I almost played knight takes d5, dropping a piece. I thought I had something. Now he just nicely offered a trade of queens to get the draw. It's a literal perfect game by Black, who played like he was 2,400 FIDE. Takatucky and Coach Sasha. Takatucky. Alright. Thanks for the perfect game. Yeah, you wouldn't pin on Nefedov the move g5, right? Like, it doesn't... He's not that crazy. If he plays g5, he's definitely a computer. Now, international masters aren't what they used to be. Although I have brain fog. I can't beat people if they play 10 CPL with no inaccuracies. I don't know that anybody can, you know. Alright, Takatucky. I'm supposed to play what? Bishop d7. Takatucky is rated 1400, but the Rossalimo is a very positional and strategic line, you know. It's rare to see people rated under 2000 playing the Rossalimo. I don't understand how Nefedov can play the Panov with Black. How do you play that opening? It's not even in your repertoire. A lot of people do that. They're like transposing to the Caro-Kann and they don't play the Caro-Kann. How does that work? How can you play the Caro-Kann if you never play the Caro-Kann? I don't understand. Weird. Alright, so the knight's on c3. I can play e5 here. Turning it into a double king pawn opening. Where white will not have a space advantage. Bibi Sara did that against me. She played the black side of a Panov when she's never played the black side of her Panov, the Panov in her life. You know, people prefer the Panov positions. Right. Yeah, no, I understand. Like, that makes sense, Arsenal. Yeah, I was telling, like, Mule Skinner yesterday, he plays the white side of the Panov when I felt stylistically he shouldn't. Yeah, I mean, okay, the Panov really is a very quintessential IQP. the way that Nefedov played that, you know, I don't know. Is he just lucky? Or is bishop f5 some kind of like thing he really studied, bishop f5? You're just making that up? If you take out a book on the Panov, I don't even think there's a chapter on that move, you know? It doesn't even like exist, theoretically. That's pretty lucky, you know? You're playing like what is almost like a totally new move on move like 6 in the Panov with black. Totally unexplored variation, bishop f5, and you play it like flawlessly. That's, I mean, I've been playing the Caro-Kann for both sides since I was like, you know, 11 years old. Bishop f5, you can see, has been played in like 7 or 8 over the board games in the history of chess. If it was good, then why didn't more people play it in the last like 100 years? You would think like a Nefedov, if he doesn't know what he's doing, would play something solid like e6. Bishop f5. It's the Slav. Man, this is a solid 1400. Okay, everybody's cheating. No. I mean, seriously, dude, where do we get this from? Takatucky, 1400? Okay, he started to play some moves like h3, for example, that may not be... h3, bishop d2. He's basically doing nothing at this point. He's doing nothing well. What should I do? Not so easy to say. I made a decision. Knight h5 is hanging. Knight e8 is passive, interferes with my pieces. Yeah, Arsenal. Okay. I would say this is definitely a mistake. Taking on c6, giving up the d5 square to black. It's a positional mistake. I don't know if he's expecting me to take with the bishop, but now black has a massive attack on the king's side. White almost goes like practically to a lost position in one move. It's a vicious attack on the king's side now. Very strong two bishops. He might be able to defend this, but it's not fun. Any sense in bishop at g6? Still, he has limited weaknesses. The Tetris, it's like a command center for asteroids or whatever. Or what was that game? Wait, Space Invaders. Sorry. Interesting, in video game news, they say they found a game that the creator of Centipede made for Commodore 64 that was never released or something. Wow. C4, fixing my pawns and then preparing the b4 break. Damn, that's kind of scary. I probably should have prevented that. I don't like b4. I should have prevented b4. I started underestimating my opponent just because he made like one or two bad moves. What am I going to do with my knight? Oh, it could go to h6. We should have, man, quite positional. Where's my win? Queen h5. You don't think b4 worked? It would certainly undermine my center. It was sloppy of me to allow it, you know. Yeah, I don't calculate on Friday mornings. I keep getting like reconnecting. Why do I keep getting that? I'm connected to a line, you know, LAN internet. It's not like I'm on Wi-Fi or Wi-Fi if you prefer. I don't understand why I keep getting this message on lichess that I'm reconnecting. Like the connection. It did it last night too. It almost feels like a bug. I'm not sure I'm really reconnecting. Was I ever disconnected in the first place? Damn, dude. He's pretty solid. A solid 1400. So what's the flaw in your game? Wish he would make a tactical mistake at some point. He's sacrificed a pawn. Wow. Possible sacrifices at e5. He's fast too. Knight takes e5 with tactics. 1400 move. Absolutely. Busting up my whole pawn center and picking up 2 pawns at a rook. But instead, he makes a quick mistake. Impressive player. I also had bishop takes h3 there. Impressive player for his rating, you know, both stylistically in terms of sensibility of play. Looks like he may be, if he improves tactically, this guy could be 2000 easily. Do you have something here again? 95? Knight h4. I guess I should consider going to a different square. Yeah, he melted tactically. That wasn't such a bad move, actually. Check. Your options were somewhat limited. Yeah, I don't get how I could be 1463. That's really exaggerated. Very unlikely. He's too good for 1463. Not even close. Wow, you sacked your queen there. You could have played king g3. Panic. You have to play king g3. You can't sack your queen. I mean, that's just like resigning. Take your chances with king g3. Is there a mate? I don't see it. You're losing anyway, but my queen is under attack, remember. If you play king g3, my queen is under attack. Do you see a mate? Maybe there's a mate, but I didn't see one. Okay, I can play knight e3 check and then win your rook on h1. But Takatuki is not a tactical player, but outside of that, way better than your rating. Look how solid he is. Until move like 20, he's equal. Still like basically equal. Black has the tiniest of advantages here. It's unbelievable. Only when you started getting time pressure, you sack the pawn. Now here, what do you think about knight takes e5? Damn, it would work except for this. I wouldn't have found that in the quick time control. I was trying to put pressure on white on the clock. If you do this, you have this. And this is very unclear. You know, you should be looking for that. The other move I thought was interesting was b4. See, computer wants to play a5, stopping your b4. b4 is definitely strategically a good idea because my center is too strong. What is that? Do we get more gift subs from Bangtown? Wow, Mr. Pet Saver. What? Mr. Pet Saver Trump. Oh my god. Yo, 144.97, is that it? There he is. What? I was focused on the game. I figured Bangtown was donating. Who donated that? Was that you? Error 404 not sound, gifting a tier 1 sub to the community. Mr. Pet Saver Trump, that has to be... I thought that was, it's not clear. Mr. Trump? Arsenal fan missed our... He missed our favorite meme. They're eating the pets. They're eating the pets! Arsenal fan. But, it's not clear who this donor is. We got 144.97. It could be Mr. Slow. Or it could be Error 404 not sound. Could even be Mr. Coffee. An anonymous gifter named Mr. Pet Saver Trump has donated 144.97. Was not you. It was not Error 404. So all the Germans just came together. I assume then it was Mr. Slow. But you guys are both from Germany. You both show up exactly the same time on the stream. And one of you gifts a big donation of cash and the other one gifts a sub. Suspicious, you know. They let you out from the AFD jail or whatever there. I know. I don't know. I assume it's Mr. Slow. That's a huge donation. Taking us up to 2,800. No, sorry, 2,300. Here's my glasses. 2,800. Bitcoin. Germans are always about suspicion. So, 2,399. Mr. Slow. Astrabate's giving him away. He said, cheers, Mr. Slow. 144.97. We're almost to our goal, guys. See if we can make the goal on Sunday. Mr. Slow, I don't know what to say. Thank you. Do we have any challenges? Coach Sasha. And I got to go soon. But after that, we can't stop now. Coach Sasha. We had a rough time here. Everybody's strong. But all right, we'll play the sound. We'll play the sound opening. No Sicilian. My Sicilian's in the shop after losing to Arsenal fan. See, that's the problem with Sicilian. Very risky. Guys, huge donation from Mr. Pet Saver Trump. They're eating the pets. They're eating the pets. Emphasis on eating the pets. We love that meme here. Trust, but investigate. Trust, but verify. Don't feel self-conscious. You're making me feel self-conscious. Someone made a nice song about that meme. I know. We love that song. It's my favorite song. I don't want to overdo it on the stream. Does it make me look more intimidating as a chess player, Arsenal fan? I'm hoping for that effect. Alright. I want the people to be scared. The old people. Guys, in 8 days, we're going to the World Senior 50 Plus. It makes me look classier. Thank you. Well, maybe I can pull some girls. At the World Senior, there's at least like 20 women over the age of 50, entered. World Senior, that's why I go to World Senior chess tournaments, to meet women. No, I'm just kidding. It's hopeless. That's over. Alright. I'm behaving myself. So the same variation we had earlier, the senior groupies. I was like the youngest player in the World Senior 2 years ago, and even maybe last year, but I think now that I'm like 51, now that I'm 51, I'm no longer like a young senior. It's the exact same variation as we had against Hayes-Miro in the beginning of the stream. Here, Hayes-Miro played bishop e3, which is not as common as knight c3. I imagine castles is commonly played. Jabava plays, or Yubava if you prefer the European pronunciation, the h3 type stuff. Knight c3 is main line. And then, we can ask this question. Why does no one play this move order? It's like one game out of 150 in the Opening Explorer. And apparently there's nothing wrong with bishop g4. We still didn't fully investigate. Maybe people are afraid of queen a4 or something? Castles transposes. But it just... only thing I can think of is queen a4. So this castle, again, castle transposes back into main line. There was one game in the entire Master Opening Explorer with immediate bishop g4, and the engine said it's basically just as good as castle. Maybe they do not see it. They're not wearing glasses. I can visit the Christopher Columbus Museum on Porto Santo. So bishop e3. So this will exactly transpose to our game with Hayes-Miro. And the main line for this variation. I showed you guys earlier we had 2 games in the Opening Explorer. Right? But I think I might have had someone play bishop takes c6 here in the past. Thank you, Mr. Slow. Massive donation, bringing us up to $2,399. Yesterday I banned this guy for asking why would people donate so I could go to a chess tournament. Why would you donate? That upset me. I take things too personally, I gotta stop taking stuff personally. So what? If some guy asked that question. Okay, bishop d3 right away. So usually they play... what's happening here? They're supposed to play castles. Now, bishop takes f3 sucks. They could take with the pawn, and white's king isn't committed to castling kingside here. So, I'm not a fan of knight takes c3. Strengthening his center, basically. I can play knight e7. No, can't play knight e7. I could play f5, which is risky. I can play f6, which is also looks a little risky. I can play bishop g6, which looks normal, so to speak. But like breaking my own pins seems sort of stupid. What about knight takes d4? Wait. Knight takes d4. Knight takes d4. Knight takes e4. Pawn takes e4. Knight takes d4. Bishop takes d4. Bishop takes d4. Knight takes e4. Pawn takes e4. Bishop takes e4. Yeah, why can't I take on d4 here? Shouldn't that be... You could take either way, too. And if I do take, which way do I take? Wow. So, knight takes d4, knight takes d5. Knight takes d4, knight takes d5. That's crazy. Doesn't seem right. Alright, what am I missing here? Am I hallucinating? Knight takes d4, bishop takes d4, bishop takes d4. Knight takes d4, bishop takes d4, bishop takes d4, bishop takes e4. No, I have bishop takes c3 check in between move. That's very important. Knight takes d4, bishop takes d4, bishop takes d4. Knight takes e4, fine. Pawn takes e4, bishop takes e4. I don't understand. Worst case scenario, like, he gets his pawn back, but I've eliminated the center and I'm equalizing. I don't understand. Looks like white just made, like, an inaccuracy. Or possibly worse. They're supposed to castle. Castle, knight e7, queen c2. We just had that in the other game. Castle, knight e7, queen c2, bishop g6, queen b3. That was the exact game we played an hour ago. But, yeah, Arsenal fan, of course he can play g4. And maybe he gets his pawn back, like g4, knight takes f3, queen f3, bishop g6, knight takes e4, pawn takes e4. He gets his pawn back, but I've fully equalized. And the e5 pawn looks like overextended. How are we doing on time? Alright. If we don't have any more challenges, this is the last game. If I get another challenge, then I might be inclined to play it, but no promises. So now, if bishop g6, I'm losing a piece, so I have to take. You take back. Here we have a choice. I don't really like allowing white to open up the E file, the G file, excuse me. So he can exchange on E3. That would be certainly playable. You know, I just want to mention, like, another thing. Like, when black plays bishop b6, the other move, which I've played a few times, is bishop b4 check. I think that's not as interesting. Less chances to play for a win. Could we play a game? Join lichess as Impossibly Masters. Hanger 7, Pilot's Corner. Impossible to play Masters. Or Simul. Impossible. Not impossible. But maybe people are reluctant to play a new account. I know I am. I have bishop a5 check. But let's just attack the pawn. Oh my god, my b7 pawn is hanging. Oh my god. That looks crazy, huh? Bishop takes b7. Alright. We'll keep it simple. White might hold a draw here. I don't know. There's nothing to think about in this position. This is no time to start thinking. His position is a little loose. But how serious is it really? His kingside. My a7 pawn is under German surveillance. Yeah, true, but I'm not a master. No, I play simul's every Sunday, and if you have 100 games, you're welcome to play. I just don't accept players with no games, because they tend to quit or be otherwise dubious in some way. So white is just a tiny bit worse, but it should probably be a draw if white was to defend well. I'm about to end my stream, so I'm probably not going to take any more challenges. I gotta go. Arsenal fan, wow. Thank you, man. 1,000 bits from Ars. Ars bits. Super generous. Thank you, Arsenal fan. Adding to our Halloween, feels like a Halloween haul. Okay, F6. Good to have Arsenal back, just for the donations. No, he's a good guy. Alright. So, Coach Sasha is open wide. He's opened wide, but what do I do? Oh, attack something. Wait, E6? I don't like E6. E6 is bad. E6 bad. No, pushing that pawn to E6 is bad. We're not down with that. I should have played C6 there. Now I'm making tactical mistake, I think. Spiraling. The position is spiraling out of control. He goes for the endgame. Probably a smart choice. Damn, this is likely a good move. He's gonna draw this, most likely. Sure about that. Should have taken the pawn there, although this might be okay too. Now he's up a pawn. Thanks for the update, Sludgy. He's up a pawn. Calling a rook. Alright, good game. Alright, good game. He's fast. Yeah, I was winning, but what's going on? I'm depressed. I got depressed. My screen is not working. I dropped everything. Was Mr. Whitehouse Garbage Patch has tipped $100.01? What? Mr. Whitehouse Garbage Patch has tipped $100.01. Oh my god. What? I can't do analysis board? My screen's frozen? Wow, this guy was nowhere ever gonna win this game, but I just, wow. He played perfectly at the end. Damn. Weird. Only black can be better. This is best move. This is best move. This is best move. He just played a series of best moves. Another one. Like 7 best moves in a row. And that was a slight inaccuracy. But it's a draw. It's a draw. And I just hung a rook. Even a pawn down, it's a draw. It's still a draw. Even the pawn down. Because he's too open. But I hung my rook finally. Anyway. Yeah, I mean, one extra pawn. His king is really... He was never winning this game until I hung my rook. It's interesting, though. I made a... Mr. Garbage Patch. Mr. Garbage Patch donated $100. Mr. White House Garbage Patch. $100.01. He's gone too far now. Mr. Slow, what am I going to do with you? Now we need just $99 more on Sunday to reach the goal. An Arsenal fan donated another 1,000 bits. Mr. Slow, single-handedly pushing us to the donation brink. Castles and then Bishop D3 question mark. Yeah, this is crazy. I mean, he just basically blundered. Knight takes D4, G4, and I must have missed something here. Oh, I'm an idiot. Okay, I have this in-between move. So he's totally lost. I mean, he's just a pawn down. Yeah. He's a clear pawn down, if I played it correctly. Alright. Yeah, I mean, I knew this wasn't a normal move. Andrew Greet played that. That's pretty unbelievable, to be fair. Respectable IM. Weird. Maybe you just remembered it from the wrong chessable variation. Okay, guys, I gotta go. Mr. Slow, protector of the pets at the White House. Thank you. You made my week a little bit better with 2 massive donations, bringing us up to 2401. And Arsenal fan and Bangtown with the gift subs. Thank you guys for the donations. You take solace that even I am Miss Intermediate moves. Well, I'm foggy headed, you know. I mean, have a good weekend, guys, and we'll be back for Sunday simul as we try to reach our goal of $2,500. We're almost there. We've got 7 days to go. We'll see you guys. Bye bye. Thank you, Mr. Slow. Much appreciated. World Senior in 8 days. And the tournament will be broadcast. You know, of course, it's a FIDE World Championship tournament. So you can watch me struggle live. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.